Jack the Ripper, The Women of Whitechapel Review. You murder victims refuse to come to life. Music T. Colosseum, London. English National Opera and composer Ian Bell's reimagining of the lives and times of the Ripper's victims is laudable and sincere but dramatically inert. Colosseum, London. English National Opera and composer Ian Bell's reimagining of the lives and times of the Ripper's victims is laudable and sincere but dramatically inert. As composer Ian Bell and his librettist Emma Jenkins, it was English National Opera that insisted on adding the sensationalist tag to the publicity for their new opera. Whether adding Jack the... Not that this is a documentary opera in the manner of John Adams or his more recent Girls of the Golden West. There is not enough. It is centered on the last of the known victims, Mary Kelly, sung with tremendous presence and tireless intensity by Hugh's efforts to prevent her daughter Magpie. A touching performance from Asherah Foster. Notice from being sold to a vice ring provides a semblance of plot against Mary is. That's all laudable and sincere enough, but the best of creative intentions don't guarantee a convincing, dramatically engaging piece of music theater. The narrative is fragile, and apart from the two central characters, everyone else is a cipher, so that the idea of using celebrated emo singers in the roles of the other victims, Marie McLaughlin, Janice Kelly, Susan Bullock, and Leslie Garrett, as well as Alan Opie as the pathologist and Robert Hayward as the police commissioner, is rather wasted. Bullock, as Bell's score is expertly conducted by. It is accomplished in Daniel Kramer's production, with designs by Soutra Gilmore, is unremarkable, and occasionally rather clumsy, but there is, one suspects, little he could have done to make the women of Whitechapel live more vividly on stage. Until April 12th. Before you post, we'd like to thank you for joining the debate. We're glad you've chosen to participate and we value your opinions and experiences. Please choose your username under which you would like all your comments to show up. You can only set, please keep your posts respectful and abide by the end. If you spot a comment you think doesn't adhere to the guidelines, please use the report link next to it to let us know. Please preview your comment below and click post when you're happy with it.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.